Hi, this is Cyber and Tech with Jay, and today I'm going to talk about credit card payments and what happens when you use your credit card to make purchases. Whenever you use a credit card, it involves three phases to complete the transaction. And those phases are authorization, clearance, and settlement. And I'm going to go through these steps on a high level to give you some more insight. It's important for you as a cybersecurity professional to understand where your data is going so that you can protect it. Now, cardholder information is very sensitive data. So at each phase where the data is traveling or is being processed or is being stored, it needs to be secured. I'm going to just go into what happens during the transaction process. So you go to a store and you present your card. Now, what happens when you present this card? So you swipe the card and the authorization process starts. Now, in authorization, what happens is that the acquirer or the merchant bank asks the payment network or the payment brand network who is the issuer for this card. In other words, they want to know what bank issued that card to the person that's presenting the card. The payment brand network then determines the issuer and asks for approval for that purchase. Following this, the approval is sent back to the acquirer, and then the acquirer then sends the same information to the merchant so that the purchase can be completed. Now, after you have made your purchase, you have collected your receipt and left the store, or if it's online, you made your purchase and you're now waiting to receive your product. But it does not end there. What happens next is what you call clearance, and we're going to go into clearance next. Clearance involves an exchange of information between the acquirer and the issuer. The acquirer is the merchant bank, and the issuer is the bank that issued the card holder his card. The acquiring bank sends the purchase information to the issuer through the payment brand network. The payment brand network sends that information to the issuer, and the issuer takes that information and uses it for the bank statement. And then reconciliation to the acquirer occurs after all of this is being prepared. Next, we're going to move on to the settlement phase, where we talk about the final stages of that transaction. All right, so the third and final stage is settlement. And in this stage, the acquirer pays the merchant for the cardholder's purchase, and then the issuing bank bills the cardholder subsequently for that purchase. Now, what happens is that the issuing bank determines the acquirer, which is the merchant's bank. Once this is determined, the issuing bank pays the acquirer, then the acquirer pays the merchant. The issuer then subsequently sends a bill to the cardholder, and that ends the process. Now, this takes place within 1 to 2 days, and depending on the country that you're in. But that is basically it for the credit card transaction. Now, at each stage, the card data needs to be protected. And because of this, the PCI DSS standard requires several controls to be put in place if an organization is processing, transmitting, or storing credit card holder data within their environment. Now, that's a whole different topic, and we could go really deep into that. But for today, we're talking about what happens with the credit card transaction. Thank you for watching. And if you think that this information was useful, just remember to like the video and share. And if you haven't, subscribe and click on the notification bell. So whenever I bring new content, you are the first one to get it. See you soon in the next video.